Your perfect routine keeps failing you. You wake up on Monday full of hope. Then by Wednesday, it's all fallen apart. You've tried every guru's morning ritual, every productivity hack, but nothing sticks. Why do our ideal routines always crumble? It's not about finding the right one, it's about approaching your habits like a craftsman. Always tinkering, always experimenting. Think about Adam Savage and how he builds and tests. How do we build habits that actually stick? After this, the next time you try to set up a new habit, you'll stop chasing the mythical perfect plan and instead build something that truly works for you. The perfect trap. How many times have you planned the perfect routine? You know the one. You map it all out. It's a flawless blueprint for peak productivity. You tell yourself, I'll wake at 5 a.m. That bright phone screen glows with your first task. You'll meditate for 20 minutes. You clear your mind. Then you hit the journal. You fill 3 crisp pages with insights and goals. You head straight to the gym. You crush an hour-long workout. Finally, you whip up a healthy breakfast. It's a carefully measured, perfectly fueling meal. You picture it all. It's a cascade of perfect choices, day after day. You pour hours into scheduling. You set up this ideal version of yourself. You crave control. You desperately want to feel productive, organized, and totally in charge every single morning. But then life happens. Maybe your kid wakes up with a fever at 2 a.m. That throws your entire sleep schedule into chaos. Or you stayed up late helping a friend move a heavy dresser. Maybe your own brain just wouldn't shut off. You tossed and turned until past midnight. Your phone alarm buzzes at 5. That whole meticulous plan just evaporates. You hit snooze. That perfect morning, the one you spent so much energy creating, is gone. You feel a sharp jolt of guilt. It feels like you've already failed before the sun even fully rises. The day feels ruined before it even starts. So you scrap it all. You think, what's the point now? Why bother trying for the rest of the week? Why even try the next day? You figure you'll just start fresh next Monday, again. This isn't about your lack of discipline. It's about fighting an impossible battle. You built a routine for a perfect world, a world that doesn't exist. Real life is messy. It throws curveballs you can't predict. Your perfect routine was never built for those moments, so it breaks the first time things go sideways. When it breaks, you feel like you broke. You don't just miss a workout, you feel like you've quit on yourself entirely. You feel you've lost all your momentum. You're convinced you can't stick to anything. Here's the thing, you're not failing the routine is failing you. It's designed to be brittle. It snaps under the slightest pressure. Think about someone like Adam Savage. He spent years on Mythbusters, building and testing things. He knows that building something flawless is impossible. What if the goal isn't to build something flawless? What if it's about building something resilient? What if you could build a system that bends instead of breaks? One that adapts to the chaos? One you can pick up again easily? What if you could treat your daily structure not as a finished product? What if you constantly refine it? You'd always learn what works best for your real life. The Scientist's Lab. That perfect routine you've been chasing, it's a fantasy. It's a trap, actually. You start with this huge plan. You want to wake up at 5 in the morning. You'll work out for 1 hour. You'll meditate for 20 minutes. Then you'll tackle your biggest task. It's a blueprint, a rigid structure. It crumbles the moment life happens. Your alarm doesn't go off. You feel tired. Then you feel like you failed. You give up entirely. That's the cycle. It's exhausting. Here's how you break it. Stop building that perfect blueprint right now. You're going to become a scientist instead. A practical one. Think about people like Adam Savage or Michael Stevens. They don't just guess, they experiment. Savage, for example, spent years on Mythbusters with Jamie Hyneman, Kari Byron, Tori Belleci, and Grant Imahara. Before that, he was busy working as a model maker for major films, even creating a special box for Isaac Newton's death mask. He never just assumed something would work. He built a small test. He ran an experiment. He learned from it. Sometimes it blew up. Sometimes it worked. He always gathered data. That's you now. You're running small experiments. You're not building a routine. You're testing hypotheses. Want to get back into shape? Don't plan a full hour at the gym. Don't commit to 5 days a week. That's the blueprint. It's too much. It's too intimidating. Instead, try this. Do one single push-up today. Just one. See how it feels. Notice your body. Notice your mind. Want to read more? Don't commit to one book a week. Just read one page. Do it right before bed or while you drink your coffee. See what happens. See if you want to turn the page. You aren't trying for perfection. You're collecting information. You're getting feedback from your actual life, from your current energy, from your available time. This is the critical shift. You aren't failing when you don't do the whole thing. You aren't falling off the wagon. You're gathering data. That one push-up felt easy? Great, that's data. It felt hard? Also data. That one page you read turned into 5? Data. You barely got through it? More data. You adjust based on what you learn. You try again tomorrow. The goal isn't to stick to a perfect plan. The goal is to understand what works for you right now, today. But what do you do with all that data? How do you start building something that lasts? How do you avoid the same old trap of rigid expectation? Temporary scaffolding. You've been experimenting, right? Trying things out, figuring out what sticks, what works for you. That's the craftsman's mindset. It's how someone like Adam Savage operates, always taking things apart, making them better. But sometimes, even with the best intentions, a new habit feels like pushing a boulder uphill. It's not about willpower then. It's about making the start so easy it almost happens on its own. Think of it like building a house. You don't just stack the roof up first. You need temporary scaffolding to get the main structure in place. These are aids you put in your environment to make the initial step of a new habit effortless. They're not meant to last forever. They're just there to get you over the hump. Say you want to read more. You pick out a novel, a real page-turner. Normally, it might sit on your nightstand, or worse, on a shelf across the room. It's a good intention, but when you finally flop into bed, after a long day, your phone is right there. Scrolling is easy. Reading feels like work. So here's the trick. Put that book right on your pillow, not under it, right on top. When you get into bed, you literally have to move the book to lay your head down. You pick it up, it's in your hands. You've already completed the first, hardest step. Do that for a week. Maybe you read 5 pages, maybe 20. It doesn't matter. What matters is the consistent start. Soon, picking up the book won't feel like a forced move. It becomes part of your evening. That's when you can put it back on the nightstand. The habit has enough momentum to stand on its own. You don't need the crutch anymore. This isn't about forcing yourself. It's about cleverly designing your surroundings. It's about tinkering with your environment, like a special effects artist building a temporary rig to get the shot. Think of Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman from Mythbusters, always rigging something up in their San Francisco workshop. They'd get the shot, then pull it all down. It's the same spirit you see at Maker Faire or on Adam Savage's Tested.com channel. You're setting yourself up to win without even trying. But what happens when you've built the scaffolding and the habit still feels not quite right? Or you just can't seem to hit that perfect mark? That's the trap that stops most people cold. The good enough rule. We talked about treating your routine like temporary scaffolding. You put it up, you use it, you change it. But what if you can't even get that scaffolding up perfectly? That's where most people fall off. They plan the ideal day, the perfect workout, the flawless morning routine. Then life happens. A meeting runs late, the kids wake up early, you just don't feel it today. And suddenly, your meticulously planned routine feels impossible, so you ditch it entirely. You think, if I can't do it all, why do any of it? That's a trap. It's the myth of the perfect routine getting its hooks in you all over again. You tell yourself it's either 25-minute meditation or nothing, a full hour at the gym or staying on the couch. That's a false choice, and it's killing your progress. Here's the simple truth. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. Think about it. You planned a full 30-minute run this morning. You even laid out your shoes. Then the alarm didn't go off or a sudden work call came in. Now you've got 10 minutes, tops, before you need to leave for work. Most people would pack it in. Can't do the whole thing, they'd think, so why bother starting? But that 10 minutes isn't nothing. 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes, always. You might not hit your full distance, you won't break any speed records, but you get something. You keep the engine running. You prove to yourself you can still show up, even when things aren't perfect. This isn't about giving up on your bigger goals. It's about accepting good enough as a powerful action. A craftsman doesn't scrap a whole project just because one cut isn't exact. They adjust, they adapt. That's what you're doing. If you plan to write for an hour, got 20 minutes? Write for 20. Did you want to clean the whole kitchen? Just 5 minutes? Wipe down the counter. These small acts, these imperfect actions, they beat perfect inaction every single time. They keep your habit alive. They keep you moving forward. But how do you know if all these good enough days are actually adding up? Data, not disaster. Now you have a routine that's good enough. You put in the work. You started small. But here's the cold, hard truth. It's going to break. Not maybe, not sometimes. It absolutely will. Imagine this. You wake up late. You skip the workout you'd planned. You grab a sugary donut for breakfast instead of the oatmeal you prepped. You do this 3 days straight. You feel that familiar knot in your stomach. That urge to just give up on the whole thing. You think, this isn't working. You want to throw in the towel. Stop right there. This isn't a disaster. It's data. Every time your routine falters, it's not proof you're bad at this. It's valuable information. It's your life telling you something important. You're not trying to build a rigid, unbreakable cage for your day. You're building a system that works for a messy, unpredictable human. So when it breaks, don't walk away. Get curious. Think of yourself like a scientist or a craftsman like Adam Savage from Mythbusters. He didn't throw out an experiment when it didn't work. He looked at the results. He asked, why did this happen? Savage even presented at skeptic conferences, introduced to that community by Michael Shermer and appearing with figures like James Randi. He even received an honorary doctorate from the University of Twente for popularizing science and technology. Your job is the same. Instead of beating yourself up, try this. Ask, why did it break? Was it a late night of tossing and turning? Did you stay up until 2 a.m. scrolling your phone? Or did an unexpected work project keep you at your desk until 9 p.m.? Maybe the workout you planned was something you actually dreaded deep down. Or perhaps your perfect evening wind down consistently gets derailed because your roommate always wants to talk right then. Don't just restart and hope it sticks. Adjust. That's the key. If staying up late is the problem, maybe your bedtime needs an earlier alarm. Or maybe your morning workout needs to shift to your lunch break or an evening walk. If the specific workout itself is the issue, swap it for something you actually enjoy. This isn't about finding a routine to perfectly control your life. It's about designing a dynamic system that adapts to it. It's about learning what actually fits into your real everyday life. Each break isn't a setback. It's a chance to gather more facts. It's a chance to improve your design. This changes everything about how you see a failed day. It's not a failure anymore. It's just a test result. And that shifts your whole approach to making progress. Your perfect routine keeps failing you, right? That's because life isn't a perfect spreadsheet. It throws curveballs. We chase an ideal, then get frustrated when reality hits. But the answer isn't more discipline. It's flexibility. Stop fighting against your day. Instead, build habits that bend and adapt with you. This isn't about some rigid schedule. It's about showing up consistently, even when things go sideways. The payoff is real. Less stress, more actual progress. Stop chasing perfect. Start building. Your best routine is the one you actually do. Pick one tiny habit today, just one, and make it happen.